Hello. So welcome to this series of videos on how to teach Module 2 of the AASHA English Teaching Program. Now in the Module 1 you had looked at phonics and letter recognition, blending and all, so on and so forth. Now in Module 2 there is actually a little bit of a jump. So we are going to go into reading, more reading, writing to an extent, lot of speaking and comprehension. So the purpose of module 2 is sort of prepare them to start off as independent readers and writers. So you will find some sections which you feel are sort of out of that grasp, but that is fine because we are just giving them some stretch exercises. Now let us go a little bit deep dive into the different lessons in module 2. And in this videos we'll be giving you some tips on how to handle it. Now let me make it very clear that this video is just a kind of primer and you will definitely have to refer to the handbook before you take the lesson. So shall we get started? Well, cycles. So what are these cycles? In module 2 we have this concept of one cycle, which is a set of 6 sessions. Why have we called it that? Maybe because we didn't get a better name. That's it. So the 6 lessons have a logical order to them. Now you will be going through these lessons in the same order. So now I'm just going to take you through what are the lessons or the kind of lessons that will be there in one. Well, the first 3 lessons in any cycle will be the read aloud sessions or the shared reading sessions. Initially, in the first 4 cycles, you will have read aloud. So basically, you're showing the book to the children and reading it out in a very interactive way. After this 4 cycles, the next 4 cycles will have shared reading. Now, shared reading is when you read it out, but you also have the children read along with you. So you can see that it's a little bit of a step up from read aloud, right? So that will be what is there in the first 3 lessons of a cycle. Of course, each reading, whether it's read aloud or shared reading, will be followed by a set of activities which will be defined in the handbook. If there are any worksheets to be done, they will be there as a part of your workbook. And the answers to all the worksheets is given in the handbook. Now the next lesson in the cycle, that is the 4th lesson, will be the storytelling session. Now this storytelling is very different from reading. In a storytelling session, you are not going to be reading the story. You are going to tell it, narrate it, just as you do to your children, just as you do as you narrate some incident to somebody else, with a lot of emotion, lot of expression, a little bit of enactment, and to your comfort level. You may be using some props, but that is optional. Now again, the storytelling will be followed by a set of activities. The purpose of the storytelling is to encourage the children to listen, comprehend and think. Of course, there will be some vocabulary exercises which is sort of built along, but that is not the purpose of the storytelling session. Now, the 5th lesson in a cycle will always be functional grammar. Now, we call it functional grammar for a reason. This grammar is not intended to help the child read or speak completely grammatically correct English. But we are sort of introducing the grammar here because we want them to be able to understand the position of the words in the text they hear so that they can make sense of it. And when they talk, we want them to use the words correctly so that the other person hearing them can make sense of it. So basically, it is just what it is called, functional grammar. The 6th lesson in the cycle is spoken English and library time. Spoken English is basically a conversation lesson. We will have the children converse with each other on a set guidelines So by repetition, they will learn how to use whatever has been taught to them in functional grammar in a particular structure. This will be followed by independent reading time. We will have age appropriate books where the children will pick up the book, sit down and read it by themselves, followed by a short discussion. So that brings us to the end of the cycles, what we call in module 2. And now let us get the Hope you're clear about the different lessons that come in each cycles. In this series of videos, in the next set of videos, we will be going in depth